I am back with another video. This video is of Summer Walker. I forgot the YouTuber's name. I always forget their name. I forget everybody's name. But anyway, I was listening to her video and saw this article or the Twitter of Summer Walker. And Summer Walker again being canceled. Or as she said, tries to cancel Summer Walker. So what did Summer Walker do this time? Well, on the airlines, when these airlines, they stole her laptop. Even though her boyfriend bought her another one an hour later. Stealing a laptop is a very serious thing. It has all your information on it. As a computer specialist, you can remove your laptop and you can shut it down. You know, I've done that to an iPhone of mine that was stolen some years ago. I made sure that the phone was completely inactive. No one can get into it. I don't remember how I did it. It's just that when time to do stuff, I just go do it. But anyway, she was upset, so she tweeted out, "Whoever stole my laptop off that LA flight last night can suck a fat, stinking, uncircumcised, HIV-infested D." Now, this girl is crazy. Now, in my family, you piss us off, we're going to try to come up with the worst thing to say to you that we can think of that just can come to mind. Me so much. When my iPad, very first iPad, 2007, was stolen, what did I do? I just called the place where the iPad was, asked about it, which was at the post office where I left it. And basically the person says, well, thanks for the gift or something. I'm like, okay. These people obviously not knowing what kind of person I am. And at that time, I was 49 years old. I was 49 years ageless. And I'll be 60 years ageless this year. So, I ended up finding an iPad in another across town, about 2 hours away. Contact the police investigator, went out there, they found it. I guess because the person lived in a very nice neighborhood. Very wealthy break neighborhood. I live in a small, quiet subdivision with trailers. Some people got houses out here, brick homes, whatever out here. But anyway, with all that said, I got my iPad back. Broken, unusable, whatever. But I still have the iPad. Because I need to put a battery in it so I can charge it and get my stuff up. Because it works fine. It just won't hold a charge, even though the camera and everything all crushed. But anyway, I got it back. I could have said something crazy. But I didn't. I'm more of a action person. I will sit here with my mind and figure out how to get my stuff back. If I can't get my stuff back, then I might post something on Facebook or something. But it won't be nothing that crazy. But I have 2 daughters that will rip you to shreds like Summer Walker. And they will put it on Facebook. They're not Twitter people. They're not on Twitter like I am. Even though I invited them years ago. Only one of my sons came to Twitter. And the other one came but they're not really on there like that. They're mostly Facebook people, and now they're Facebook, and then they're majority on Snapchat now, and their children on Snapchat as well. Even though even though they come to Facebook, that way I can know what they're doing because they don't live in town. Anyway, what did this girl say? So for what I understand, the LGBT community felt some kind of way about what she says. HIV, disgusting, uncircumcised HIV infected D. They felt some kind of way with that and felt like she was coming for them because it's a stigma on them. I disagree with that in the fact that HIV is a stigma on the black community, period. Because you go back to the documentaries of years ago, and I read a documentary, I think it's from the 90s, documentaries, how AIDS devastated the black community. Gave the women AIDS, they were having babies with AIDS, saying they breastfeed the babies get AIDS, and all kind of stuff like that. That is not my space. So I would never ever get caught up in that space because I like that frequency. But I don't think the girl, and I don't even think the girl just said what she said. And she basically said, I don't care if I'm canceled, because they're talking about canceling her. She don't care if she canceled, because she said, I offend someone every day. So what the F is new? Like she said, her having her social issues, people got offended with that. She do her crew that's supposed to be setting up whatever for her, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, so she gets the backlash from that. So the girl has learned to move on. She's very young. The young people, they're not like, okay, whatever. You mad, whatever. I'm not saying I'm sorry, because she just mad with this particular person. And I like what the YouTuber said. Forgot her name. She said Cardi B wish AIDS on somebody. And like she said, you can't catch AIDS. It's the virus that gets infected, that get introduced into your blood, and you get infected with the virus, and then over time it attacks your immune system, shuts the immune system down, and then you form AIDS, which is you catch everything under the sun. Anything that can be caught, and you'll catch it because you have no immune system. So that's basically all it is, which everybody knows that. But anyway, like she say, you didn't cancel Cardi B for wishing HIV on wishing AIDS on somebody. How you gonna cancel Summer Walker for hoping this person suck on this D? So my thing is, they want to cancel her because she said that. Only the LGBT community want her canceled because they felt that she was coming for them because of the stigma of AIDS being attached to them. The stigma of AIDS is attached to everybody. In some of my research, I understand how AIDS got introduced into the gay community. So I fully understand how that happened due to my research. So I understood how it got there, and then it went from the gay community to the black community, to the black community. To the mostly African American community, men. But it started with gay men, introducing to the black community of all men, hetero, gay, all men, whether they are gay or not, and then introduced to females. And they want to say females got AIDS. Females don't. When the AIDS came out, well, I heard about it in '86, the year of my son born. I went to the health. I was going to the health department, checking out, and they had this big thing up on the wall to educate you on how you get AIDS. And I still have a vivid memory of that big old giant thing on the wall that explains in detail how easily HIV is contracted. And believe me, it is not contracted through a woman like that, because women don't pass blood. And means you don't get it from any other way but through blood or anything you come in contact with, like drug needles into the body and the blood from the other person sharing like that. That's the only way to get it. Sexually, for what I understand with the teachers that we got in the 80s and the 90s, women didn't catch AIDS. She didn't catch AIDS like that. That's what we were trained. It came from men. Men pass blood through the semen to the woman. She gets AIDS. But a woman can have AIDS as long as she doesn't pass blood, and she doesn't in her fluid. She doesn't pass blood. The only way to pass blood, for what we were taught in the 80s and 90s, mostly 80s, was it had to be rough. It don't got to be rough. You just gotta just cut the woman down there. She get abrasion, cut, whatever, some kind of way. And I've had sexual intercourse, and I've never. There's no way for me to pass blood that way. It only comes from the man. And I've never seen a man pass blood like that. Which I can count on 2 fingers how many men I've been with. No, I can count on 3 fingers how many men I've been in my 60 ageless years. Ingenious, 60 ageless years. Almost 60 ageless years. So, anyway, they want to cancel this poor girl. Why? Because she's upset because someone stole her laptop. And she said what she said. Which I wouldn't say anything like that. Even though I come up with other ways to hurt a person who just will not get out of my face with stuff. But she said what she said, and I don't think it had anything to. I don't think it's a stigma on the LGBT community, because it's the black community where the stigma of the HIV is men and women, gay or not. Because there's a lot of women that has HIV. From what I understand, I don't know where they get it from. But if you think about the case in South Carolina, where I am, there's a guy down in Florence, DJ something. He going around with almost 1,000 girls, giving them HIV, and thus the girls giving the men HIV. I don't know how many men got AIDS from those girls, got HIV from those girls, but if these men just having normal sexual relations with her, and some men, then they may not get it the first time or whatever. They will have to pass some kind of blood. Things have changed over the years, but from my education at the health department back in the 80s, when it became widely known, I was in college. I was in college my second freshman year in college. And me and my oldest son father, we was very aware. We were looking at each other, but we just intuitively knew that neither one of us had it, even though he was saying, yeah, that age thing or whatever. We look at each other. We just intuitively knew neither one of us had it because of the kind. Because first of all, I was a virgin. He wasn't a virgin, but he's a pretty clean person. I only deal with clean people. And some people say you can't tell if somebody's sick. For some reason, I have a sixth sense. I can tell if a person's sick. I can sense if something is not completely clean. Don't ask me why I know. I don't know. Because years ago I told my sister that the deed she was dealing with is something ain't clean about the guy. You didn't smell nothing, but there's just something clean about him. And sure enough, she got something from him, got cleaned up, and it never happened again. And I can tell her, I don't know. Don't ask me I know, because I don't know. I can't say I can't be fooled, but for the most part, it just come to me. I've always been there. We always know it's something that's wrong. But anyway, sometimes I can even smell dead cells on people if they're sick and dying. Other people can't smell it. But anyway, to this day, I'm like that. But I'm a vegan and I'm dealing with the MS symptoms, and so therefore, I'm doing what I need to stay healthy, to keep this body healthy, so I can live a long, happy life. And I try to help other people too. But anyway, with this video mostly, I just don't think the girl intentionally. I just don't think. Basically, my point is, HIV is not a stigma just for the LGBT community. It's basically a stigma mostly for the black community, men and women, gay or not, and any other races of people, especially those that are on drugs, but with those dealing meth or heroin or something like that. They may suffer that because they're sharing these needles and stuff like that, but I just don't think this girl, but they try to counsel her, but you can't counsel her because we're living in a time now where that doesn't work anymore. You can't counsel somebody just because you feel some kind of way about what she said. Like I say, it's not something I would say, but the girl was upset. Steal my laptop, I'll be upset too. Even though she can afford to buy another one, her boyfriend bought her another